Good morning and welcome to NewsWatch Today. I'm Brianna Rivera.
And I'm Grace Dixon. Republic, Missouri considers becoming a quiet zone, and Evangel's Distinguished Alumni are awarded.
An ex-cop is found guilty of murder, and students at Glendale High School start a fundraiser for a fellow classmate. Kendall Jeffress will have your complete weather information later on.
And later, we'll have your latest sports news. This is NewsWatch Today.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Right now we have Kendall Jeffress to give us the first look at the weather.
Glendale High School freshman Colin Langston was born with arthrogryposis, meaning his joints contract throughout his body. He has relied on a wheelchair to get from one place to another his entire life, but he wants to be able to walk across the stage to receive his diploma as part of class of 2023. The teen will leave for Florida Sunday to receive a couple of potentially life-altering surgeries that could expand his mobility and make that happen. With fundraising efforts underway, Colin, who just began navigating those hallways as a freshman, has been receiving a lot of attention. Lily Weed, vice president of the freshman class, said, "We are all saying Flock is family, and Colin is part of our family. He hopes to be back in class by December." The Alumni Board of Directors from Evangel University will honor 5 alumni as part of the 2019 homecoming celebration. The Alumni Association gives out awards to distinguished alumni annually to honor those Evangel and CBC graduates who have made a significant contribution to their church, community, state, nation, the university, or their chosen field. The Outstanding Young Alumni Award will also be presented for those who have enjoyed significant achievements in their few years since their graduation. The Assemblies of God Theological Seminary at Evangel will also present the AGTS Graduate of the Year during this time.
Former Dallas police officer 31-year-old Amber Geiger has been sentenced to 10 years in prison after being found guilty on murder charges from last year when she fatally shot and killed 28-year-old Botham Jean in his apartment. Geiger testified that she shot Jean out of self-defense when she accidentally entered his apartment instead of her own late at night after being on duty, fearing that he was an intruder. Prosecutors argued self-defense did not apply because Geiger was not in her home and had less lethal options available, like using her stun gun or mace. Geiger was initially charged with manslaughter in September 2018, but a grand jury later indicted her on a murder charge. Until yesterday's sentencing, Geiger was possibly facing a life sentence.
Coming up next, a Missouri lawyer is running for Missouri rep seat.
And an activities board member will be here to talk about homecoming. This and more coming up next.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
A 32-year-old Democratic lawyer announced this last Tuesday that she's running for office to unseat current Missouri Republican Representative Vicky Hartzler. Lindsay Simmons, a Harvard grad, will be running as a political outsider and has pledged not to take donations from corporate political action committees. Simmons is married to an Army helicopter pilot and says her campaign will focus on issues facing military and veterans' families, jobs, and health care. In August, the Kansas City Star reported that Simmons filed an ethics complaint against Hartzler over a tweet promoting a tractor company with ties to Hartzler's family business. The manager for Hartzler's campaign, Nathan Adams, pointed out that Simmons filed the complaint, then 2 weeks later announced plans to run against the Congresswoman. Hartzler was first elected to Congress in 2010 at 58 years old. This weekend, Evangel University is hosting their annual homecoming. Grace Dixon is standing by to tell us more. Grace?
The next few days are full of events for both students and alumni. I'm here with Activity Board's Director, Rebecca Leathers. Thank you for coming on the program today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So what is the Activity Board's involvement in Homecoming Weekend?
Yeah, so we actually don't plan the whole of Homecoming. We just do a chunk of it. We have County Fair, which will be on Friday night from 4:30 to 7, and that'll be out on the quad, and the rain plan will be in the Maybe.
Awesome. So is that the total amount of events you have planned, or are there more events that you have planned?
Specifically for Homecoming, there are a lot of events going on, but the thing that we deal with most is just County Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So how do you plan for such a big event like County Fair? Is there like teams, or are there specific, like, how do you plan for that?
Definitely. So Activities Board is split into 5 different event teams. We have one event team that has been working on this event since the start of school, and Homecoming was a bit earlier this year, so they had about 4 weeks to plan it. But the team comes together with what they want to do for food, like we'll have fried Oreos and cotton candy, and what they want to do for activities, like we'll have ring toss, and we always have cornhole, and there's just always a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, basically a team of like 5 people get together and they plan the event for us. Yeah.
Awesome. So what do you hope events like that do for the Evangel community?
Yeah, so this is actually one of my favorite events because it involves more than just our current student. Alumni are actually involved with it too. So it is just that whole idea of connection and having fun, but also bringing back alumni so that they can have that reconnection just with like campus life and everything like that.
Cool. You personally, what is your favorite thing about working on events like this and working so closely with the people that you work with and everything?
Yeah, so I love Activities Board. It is my favorite thing that I've done ever in my life. I found a lot of purpose and calling in it. I want to actually go into event coordinating someday, but it's the thing that I've like gleaned most from working with Activities Board is that it's so much bigger than just us. Like we do it for the campus. And so we're always campus minded, we're always people minded, we're always focused on how can we make this a better place for the people of this campus. So it's always so much fun to be able to collaborate with 30 other people on these things, and all of the people I work with are so incredibly talented, and so I just am like blessed to work with that, and to get the opportunity to work with all of them is just wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really fun job to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your insight to the events coming up this weekend. Back to you, Brianna.
Thanks, Grace. So, Kendall, we had some pretty cold little showers this morning. I was surprised by it. I had to put my coat on this morning. Are we going to see more weather like this week?
Yes, throughout the week there's this slow cold front pushing in, and so we shouldn't see as much rain within the week, but actually it's gonna get a lot cooler throughout the week.
All right, so we're probably finally going to get that cool down we've been waiting for.
Yes, we really do need to just put on our jackets because it's gonna get cold this week.
Well, thank you so much, Kendall. We'll know a little bit more during your full forecast.
I always look at the camera.
want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
UPS is now adding drones to their methods of delivery. The postage service has been approved by the FAA to deliver medicine and other medical supplies in the state of North Carolina. The company's certification as an air carrier will now allow the company to build on the work it has already begun doing to deliver blood and medical supplies to a hospital campus in Raleigh. Officials and the industry see drones as an opportunity to revolutionize delivery service to remote areas, speed up shipments of life-saving medical supplies, and create new kinds of business opportunities. At least half a dozen other companies are also reported to be seeking approvals as air carriers. Looks like we are full speed ahead into the future. We're going to be getting like door deliveries by drones soon before we know it.
Yeah, I think that's amazing though.
Yeah, we're gonna start getting our stuff really fast.
Yeah,
so I'm
right to our back door.
Yeah, I'm actually really kind of excited about it. Here with us in studio is Kendall Jeffress with our full weather report. Kendall?
Hey, thanks guys. So the weather for today, as you can see, is going to be 63 degrees is the current weather. It's going to be cloudy today. So the weather as we go on is going to move up into the 70s. It's going to be partly cloudy, so there's going to be some winds coming in. There's going to be some clouds covering. Tonight, it should go down to 54. The clouds should go away. It should be mostly clear. The dew point should go down to 51 degrees. The weather, the radar, as you can see, so there's going to be some stuff coming in, some rain coming in up through here. Pushing some cold front in, and it's going to come in slowly, so we're going to get it right down through the to the bottom. The bottom of Missouri, we're not really going to see too much change, but as you can see, the north of Missouri, we're going to have some rain coming in, we're going to have some cold coming in, and so this is really just the median, and it's going to be a lot colder up in here and over here, and so right now we're just going to be in the 70s. The national forecast, as you can see what I was showing you, this rain is coming in up through here, and so we're not really going to see too much change in temperature over here, but you can see some heavy rain and some flooding coming in through here. This cold front is going to move a whole bunch of cold through up in there. There's going to be some cold down, or some warm down here and some cold up here, and then right here is just this median where it's going to be in the 60s, and then it's going to be colder over here. And down here in Florida, it's a lot warmer. It's having some highs right now. It's a lot warmer than it would be normally for this time. But as you can see right here, we're going to have some cool. The 6-day forecast looks. We're going to have some 70s, some high 70s on Friday. But as you can see, as that cold front pushes in, there's going to be 70s later and through the week. And then at the PM, it's going to go down into the mid 40s. Back to you guys over in the studio.
Thanks, Kendall. Coming up, a baseball player donates money to a family of killed deputy.
And Demarius Little has the latest on sports. Stay with us.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Houston Astros baseball player Carlos Carrera has donated $10,000 to the family of killed Houston deputy Sandy Dollywall. Correa said he felt especially connected with Dollywall because the 42-year-old officer had helped citizens of Carrera's native Puerto Rico in the devastating aftermath of 2017's Hurricane Maria. Dollywall was shot during a traffic stop last month by 47-year-old Robert Solis. Solis is currently being held without bond. Just a really tragic story about someone being
terrible.
killed. Yeah, someone being killed in the line of duty, also like during a traffic stop. So it wasn't even like a shootout or anything like that. So it's really scary to hear about stuff like that.
Yeah, it's terrible that people are doing that kind of thing. Demarius, what's going on in the sports world?
The 18th ranked Evangel Crusader football team returns home this Saturday for one final Heart of America crossover matchup against the Graceland Yellow Jackets. This matchup will also serve as a culmination of homecoming week, as this will be this year's homecoming game for the Crusaders as well. Evangel is coming off of a tightly contested loss to the Grandview Vikings, but the Crusaders are 23-8 all-time versus Graceland. The Crusaders have hosted Graceland 4 different times on homecoming, with the last matchup coming in 2017, which was a 38-7 victory for the Crusaders. Tune in Saturday to see if the Crusaders can keep up their winning ways against the Yellow Jackets. Kickoff is scheduled for 1 p.m. In a groundbreaking move, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed the Fair Pay to Play Act this past Monday. This law will allow collegiate athletes to be paid for the use of their name, image, and likeness. The law will also make it illegal for California colleges to deny athletes the right to be compensated for the use of their name, image, and likeness as well. However, California schools will not have to pay students directly, but students will be allowed to hire agents to assist them in negotiating for and receiving financial benefits. The act will not go into effect until January 1st, 2023, but it has already opened the door for more states to follow suit, and an all-encompassing national law could go into effect soon thereafter. A Division III school in Iowa has decided to cancel the remainder of its football season due to injuries that have shaved the roster down to just 28 players. Grinnell College announced this past Tuesday that it will forfeit the final 7 games that are on its schedule, starting with Saturday's contest against St. Norbert College. 11 of its original 39 players were lost for most, if not all, of the season, and the athletic department decided that it did not want to risk the health and safety of the remaining players on the roster. This decision comes in light of Grinnell losing its first 3 games by a combined score of 114-3. Oakland Raiders linebacker Vontaze Burfict was suspended for the rest of the 2019 NFL season this past Monday. The suspension came in light of a helmet-to-helmet hit on Colts tight end Jack Doyle during the second quarter of the Raiders' 31-24 win on Sunday. Burfict will not be paid at all during his suspension, as the league has noted that he has repeatedly violated unnecessary roughness rules in the past. Burfict had received 13 suspensions and fines in his 7-year stint with the Cincinnati Bengals before signing with the Raiders this past offseason, but this latest incident has caused him to be on the receiving end of the longest suspension in NFL history for an on-field incident. Burfict's agent, Lamont Smith, has stated that Burfict believes the 12-game suspension is excessive for what he deemed a normal football play. Burfict plans to appeal the suspension with a hearing this coming Tuesday.
Thanks, Demarius. When we return, we'll get another look at our forecast.
And the Springfield Fire Department gets a big donation. We'll be back.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Lives just might be saved after the Home Builders Association of Greater Springfield and companies in the region donated smoke alarms to firefighters who will be giving them out in the community. Besides the Home Builders Association, Meeks, Murney Associate Realtors, and Kruger Geothermal Systems were among those who were helping out. Chief Ken Scott said, "We've covered about 80% of our district as far as offering free smoke detector, and we'd never financially be able to do that without the donations like these." In total, the program has provided more than 6,000 smoke alarms since it started nearly 10 years ago.
That is such a great idea to get all of these like home-related businesses together to rally around a cause of getting some smoke alarms out there, because that's so important, because a lot of home damage is from stuff like fire, and it starts, you know, people are in the middle of sleeping or whatever.
And it's saving lives.
Absolutely. Standing by, we have Kendall to give us a final look at the weather.
Hey, thanks guys. So as you can see, the weather throughout the week, it's going to be sunny at the end of the week, but Saturday during our homecoming game, there's a 50% chance that it's going to rain. So you should dress accordingly. As you can see there, it's going to be in the 70s, high 70s on Saturday, but low 70s, high 60s the rest of the week. And then as the sun goes down, you're going to see it's going to be in the mid 40s some of the week, and then low 50s, and then Friday, tomorrow night, it's going to be 60 degrees. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kendall. Oh my goodness, I'm going to go to the homecoming game and I'm going to make sure to have a rain jacket just in case, because I do not want to chance it.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that fall weather.
Yeah, I am too. That's all we have for today. I'm Brianna Rivera.
And I'm Grace Dixon, here with Demarius Little and Kendall Jeffress. This has been NewsWatch Today. Please join us next week.